What's up guys, Shane here from Fugatech 3D Printing, and today we're going to make Gandalf the White staff, and it's going to be fully 3D printable. You don't shoot with these. Oops. Alright, welcome back guys. So as I said, today we're going to be making a staff. Well, obviously this is before I've been putting anything together, and this is going to be Gandalf the White's staff. So this is for a friend of mine. He's going to be going to a party, and he wanted something, you know, more druid-like, but I didn't really have any time to model up an actual like staff head for him. So I went on to Thingiverse and I found this one. Well, I found a different one that had some kind of craziness inside of it. So someone remixed it to be more screen accurate, but it had a lot of artifacts in it. And so I just threw it into 3D Builder, which comes on Windows 10 for all of you that have a Windows 10 machine out there. And it's a great program I found to fix STLs. You put it in there, you set the actual scale, so it's in millimeters, hit OK, and it's like, oh, I've detected problems, click here to repair, I hit repair, and boom, it has worked 100% of the time for any models that I've had with errors in them. So this was one file someone remixed, but this was still the original one. So this is just the bottom of the actual top of the staff that goes together to make it like so. So that's easy to like just glue together here, but it is a little bit difficult because you have to just use your fingers to get it really lined up when you apply that glue. There's no type of notch on the top or a hole in the bottom for you to actually use an insert. That's something that I might change, but so I have this and tell you, oh, you need to use a 1-inch dowel rod, which is roughly 24 millimeters from what I could tell, because when I printed this out and measured it, it came out 24 millimeters. So I don't have a dowel rod, but I have a 3D printer and I have a lot of plastic. So I made my own, and I made this with 3 different parts. So the 3 different parts are a flathead side with a recess, and then a recess on one side with a peg on the other, and then a peg on one side with a rounded bottom. So this one actually is your bottom piece for this staff. This is going to be your center piece, and this is going to be the topmost piece. So when I actually do upload this video, I will already put this on Thingiverse, but I will add a peg on one side or something here to help you seat it with this a little bit better. So I plan on editing all of these. I just need to figure out how exactly I want to do that to make it work out well, to make it like the most printable I can. So we'll see how that ends up being out, but just look for that in the actual Thingiverse file once I publish all of this stuff together, fixed files, my modded files, all together under that. Now this was super simple to draft up these 3 pieces in Fusion 360. I just made a circle, I scaled it up, I just figured, oh, let's just do 200 millimeters because most people have a printer that can do about that. It was 200 or 180, I don't remember right now. So I printed all these on the Tevo Tornado. If you have a CR10 or a Forge FT5 or any of the ones that have just over a 200 millimeter build height, you can print these out without a problem. Both of these, this one was printed on the Anycubic i3 Mega, and this was also printed on the Tevo Tornado. The other version that I've done was printed on several other different machines, but it still works out all the same. Now again, I just made the 3 circles, extruded it up, and then I made another sketch on top, added the pegs, extruded that up. I just added a fillet to the bottom for this one, or a fillet I should say. For these other ones, I just did a sketch on the bottom, extruded up 15 millimeters for the hole, and then I made the peg 10 millimeters tall on top, and then for the top piece, nothing on one side, and just added a hole on the other. So then I have 3 different ones ready to go. And then what I also designed was a little cap to go over the bottom of this. I don't have one printed right now, sadly. I did give the one I printed away to my friend for the other staff I made for him. But that is just using a flexible filament. It's super easy, very printable. It just adds a little cap to the bottom of this because this is PLA. PLA is a little fragile, it kind of can shatter. So I figure if you're, you know, banging down on this anything, you want something a little bit to protect your print. So adding that little TPU boot on the bottom is a really good thing to have. Okay, now, so I'm gonna put this version together. I'll show you guys how I did it. It's super simple. I mean, anyone can do this. So I'll show you how I do it all, and then we'll see the completed staff. Now to glue this together, what am I gonna use? I'm gonna use some BSI, so Bob Smith Industry Instant Cure Plus. So this is 1 ounce. This is awesome stuff to have. It like dries very well and glues really solid. Then I'm gonna use some BSI Instaset. So basically, you're gonna put the glue on one side of the print, you're gonna put the Instaset, spray it onto the other one, the adjoining surface, put them together, and then boom, they will dry and instantly set So you really need to be careful with this. This stuff does dry pretty quickly. They do make some other ones that are slower cure, like 30 seconds to a minute. This literally is almost instant on its own. This just really shores that up, and it's good for once you finally get like these two flush surfaces together and they mount, you face them, you know, get them in the right position, you get them together, boom, it's glued, it's done, you're not going back. The only thing to do is reprint. And it works well for all of these. So what I'm doing before I actually do these, I do kind of a test fit. It's pretty tight. I did add a little bit of an offset, so depending on how accurate your printer is, this might be too loose or too tight, but it works really well on all of my printers. So I kind of just get it, do a little test fit, make sure they come together, make sure it's flush, and then I'll pull them back apart. I do a twisting action because you don't want to just jam these together or just pull them apart. You can break this. So these actually have 10 top and 10 bottom layers with 3 perimeters, just to make them a little more sturdy, and a 20% info. You can always go higher. That way you have a heavier staff. You can go lower and have a lighter staff, whatever you want to do, but that's just the settings that I chose to do. So what we're going to do to glue this together, I'll actually spray the peg, and then I'll put glue here on the recess. It just makes it a little bit easier, and then marry them together, get it twisted together really quickly, and then boom, we're done. Let's do it. Starting with the bottom piece, I have one of the center pieces. We're going to hold it together for just about a second. I got to twist it, another second there. Boom, it's set. That's it, it's done. There's not coming apart anymore, and that is remarkably straight. Again, if your printer is calibrated properly, should work out just fine. Now I'm going to continue all the way up with the center pieces till we get to the top. Now the key when using super glue and the Instaset is not gluing yourself to yourself. That happens quite a lot with cosplayers. If you watch any other videos of people, I've glued myself together quite a lot. And my goal is to not do that in this video. It would look somewhat professional. We're up to here now. Now we're going with the top pieces. This one's actually going to be a little bit shorter than what I wanted. Now I'm looking at it, but that's okay. All right, so here we have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces to make up the staff itself. It sits probably about 4.5 feet tall, roughly there. My friend is a little shorter, so I did make it a little shorter for him. But you can add as many or remove or not add as many as you want. So if you're making it for a child, maybe you only need 5, maybe you only need 4. Whatever size you want to make it, you can. You just have to select how many different middles you want. And this isn't just for this model. Because it's flush on top, you can mount anything to the top of this. Or once I add the peg on the top, you can add a peg to anything else and slap right on and make it removable even. Lots of different options with this, but you do need to be careful because it's 3D printed. There's no, it's like center. It does have a little bit of play. Not a whole lot without the top on. With the top on, there's a lot of play in it. So you need to be careful you don't actually break anything. I could also make the pegs longer, but I felt like 10 millimeters was long enough. I don't know. If you guys think differently, tell me in the comments down below. Okay, so we're going to set this down for just a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the top 2 pieces together, get that set, and then we can mount it to the wand, or to the staff I should say. 1 second. Pretty close. Not perfect, but again, I don't have any registration points to actually set it up. Once I add registration points, this process will be a lot easier for you guys, so I will try to do that. Okay, now the final bit. I'm going to make sure we have the right side. That's the rounded side, so we're going to go this way, slide it back there, set it down, and then we'll just do that for now. We'll put some glue on one side. You don't need a whole lot of super glue, so just do enough to make sure that it covers everything, and then line it up and push down. And just wait a second. Boom, it's on there. So here we go. Actually, it's come out the proper height. So there it is. I mean, it's pretty tall now. See, out of frame. Yep, it's tall. Let me see here. Oh, jeez, I'm stuck on my chair. Ugh. Ugh, still comes up to here on me. So it comes right up to my glasses, which I feel is like kind of a good height for a staff. I'd have to go back and look a couple movies to see exactly where that comes to. But again, that's using 7 of the pieces all together. So 1 top, 1 bottom, and 5 middle pieces. You can adjust it from there, or if you want, you can just cut one of these down in a slicer if you need, just offset it down so many millimeters. If you want it to be like 10 millimeters shorter, whatever it ends up being, you can easily do that, or open up the Fusion 360. I'll add my file to the download when you download the staff and all the different parts. Edit it yourself. I would love to see remixes of this thing, whatever you guys need to do. This has already been remixed. I'm remixing it again, so that's the beauty of 3D printing and putting things online. You can make things more better, maybe, I don't know. So that's it, guys. That's it for the Gandalf the White staff here. So I just took these files offline. I was able to edit them and to get them actually to be printable instead of artifacts in them. I was able to make my own staff fully 3D printable. You don't need any dowel rods or hardware. You just need a bit of glue and you're good to go. I will edit some of these parts for when I finally do the upload on this. So I will add registration points to the 2 staff pieces and to join it to the staff itself. A bunch of different parts out there. So again, if you just want to print the staff and put on something else, please do it. I want to see what you guys do. Upload some makes of it and show me what you guys are doing with that. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you thought this was a cool project, something to do, again, this is a little something I did for my friend. Give the video a big thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Tell me why, because I thought this was pretty awesome. If you guys want to stay in tune with awesome projects like this, make sure you become a subscriber and then hit that bell icon. That way you get an email notification anytime I upload new content. If you have the YouTube app, you'll get a push notification on your phone if you have it enabled. If you guys want to help me out financially to do more projects like this, down below me is going to be a Patreon link. You do me on a monthly basis. I appreciate my current Patreons. What you guys do really do help the channel. If you want to do a one-time donation, down in the description is going to be a Streamlabs or buy me a coffee. Or if you just want to do some shopping with my affiliate links, update your bookmarks with those. They're all down in the video description. And a little slice of what you buy comes in to help me at the channel. I appreciate that. And if you guys just watch this video and let the ads play, I appreciate that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, happy printing.